No, yeah.
You didn't make it to the thing yesterday, which is fine. What kind of sickness is it? Because like I'm curious if the things I'm feeling are just like in my head.
I don't know.
Because you know when someone close to you gets something, you're like, oh, dude, I got that.
Yeah.
I swallowed the other day, and you know sometimes you swallow and a pill gets stuck or something.
Yeah.
Like a sticky pill, and it's got powder or something.
You can kind of feel it.
But you feel it.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's similar to sometimes when you feel like sore throat coming, and you're like, was it a pill?
Yeah.
Was it a sore throat?
Yeah.
It's gone now. And it lasted maybe 7 hours. Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe it's gone, or maybe it's gearing up to get worse.
Was it just this morning?
It was yesterday morning.
So you didn't feel it this morning?
No. I can feel the memory of it now because I'm thinking about it, I think. But
I'm making myself do it.
I'm like, pushing on it.
No, I really don't know what it was. I tested for COVID because I was like, probably should know if that's what that is, but negative test on that, and Jackie did too. So I don't really know what it was, but it was like it was really just like fatigue stuff and like cough, sore throat, kind of sinus stuff. So that was really, really all of it. But yeah, it was just really just fatigue and being sleepy and coughing. And
I mean, it also doesn't help the travel that you just went through.
And
like
I was out in the sun for 12 hours for like 3 days in a row. So I think that just kind of made it a little bit worse doing that. Yeah. You need some help there, babe?
Thank you.
Yep. Got you. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I really anticipated getting like third party sick from you guys because she got it so bad and I've been hearing her. Yeah. And then she was like, hey, I got to go get him. And I was like, well, that's not good because if he's getting what you got, I'm like right around the corner, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, although y'all do things me and you don't do.
It's very true.
Like,
we don't do those things.
Y'all hug more than we do.
We hug a lot, yeah.
I haven't hugged you in a minute.
Have we ever hugged?
Hugged?
Yeah.
Brother, look at the thumbnail that comes out for this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We're right in there.
I wasn't talking about that kind of hug, but...
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you were asleep once at my dad's house.
That's true. I was on the couch out there. Yeah, but so that was... I don't really know what it was, but like I said, I have been absolutely crushing medicine. And I'm not a big medicine taker.
Yeah, but then where do you start on the medicine? Like, you don't even know what the thing is.
Bro, I cover all the bases, okay?
Suppositories?
I'm taking Theraflu, cold and flu, Mucinex, Sudafed.
So your full diet is medicine.
As of right now, I've got enough medicine in me to keep a bull alive for probably 10 years. I mean, it's like, because I'm like, just knock it all out, whatever it is, knock it all out, and then, you know.
I wasn't even aware that's how they keep bulls alive.
Yeah, dude. Sudafed.
COVID's running thick in these fucking bowls.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that's basically what it's been.
So you're a bit of a heavy sleeper. You got to be aware of that, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this. And
it's gotten less bad, but I used to be like I could sleep through.
Well, what is the bad part to you?
I think sleeping heavy is bad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
For you or others that are involved in you?
In me?
Well, I'm getting there.
What do you mean? Oh, no. I don't... For me, the way I think about it is if somebody broke in.
Oh, yeah. Well, I live here.
Yeah. But I'm just saying,
I can hear you roll over in your bed. I'm up.
If something happens or like a door opens or whatever... and I don't wake up to it, that's like...
Literally, you know how the dogs shake sometimes, like thunder, or like when they see each other, the cat and the dog? That's how I am when I hear you roll over in your bed. I'm like, why is he moving? What is going on in the house? I don't understand how
you're such a light sleeper.
Such a light sleeper. I don't know if that...
I don't ever want to be to that point, but I have gotten better. Where like I'll wake up... Like if Lou is sleeping on my pillow or something and she moves, I'll like wake up and be like, okay, what's going on? And then, you know.
Do you sleep good? I mean, I know you sleep hard or deep or whatever, but do you feel like you get that out of it? Like,
good sleep?
Yeah, like, do you get the energy return of what you feel like you're putting into your sleep? Or are you just deep and you wake up and you're like, still tired sometimes?
Not really. I think a lot of it is probably due to, right now, not working out and...
Non-binary.
Whoa. Might need to cut the mic on that one, kid.
Could.
I think it's probably.
I said drop it, cuz.
I said forget about it, cuz.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is probably diet and not working out, probably.
You know what puts me to sleep like no other, and I've been on a mad kick about it, and is it in the freezer right now? Yeah.
Ice cream?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
I don't know what about.
I need a gallon of lactose in my tummy for me to go to bed,
I swear to God, I don't know what it is. And I heard inklings of this, so maybe this isn't even the truth of the truth.
Warm milk?
No. Is that when you have ADHD or ADD, and it could be one or the other, I don't know. I just heard that caffeine and like things that normally bring normal people up, like hyper, that can bring those types of people down, like ADD or ADHD, like caffeine. Like a long time ago when I lived in the house. You lived in the house, didn't you? Or you only moved in when I moved into an apartment?
No. We lived in the house together. I lived in the Bellevue Pines house for like a year.
You lived upstairs?
Yeah.
I was wondering who was up there.
I had that small ass room upstairs. And remember it was
Emily?
We had two roommates in the time I was there.
Was it Johnny?
Johnny.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I've shown like 3 houses on that street.
Oh, word, yeah.
Yeah. Like I sold one across the street, like 2 houses down, and then I just went and showed another one like last week. And I was like this neighborhood is actually super nice.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, this is like
so
the first
chill and no flooding.
And
flooding's literally impossible.
And nobody goes through that.
Nobody.
Like, nobody's up and down that road.
Yeah.
It's like really nice. But
literally
anyway.
Exactly opposite of this place.
Yeah, they fucking drag race down
Carolina drag your nuts across these fucking roads.
They drag race down this road.
Booming. I don't know about this crotch rocket guy across the street, but he thinks he's got a racer.
Cavalier fucking
Jesus
rip,
Christ.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, that part is not great, but property values are good, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You know?
That shit'll age out though.
Yeah.
Like those people are gonna move.
Right. Yeah.
I think the people who live there won't, but that child that owns that car,
hopefully
he's gonna have to leave.
He's gonna need to, because I've called the cops on him 6 times.
Shit, already. Why was I telling you about the old house? Oh, like back when I used to live there, I think even while you were there, because I remember us taking a photo of doing like
pizza.
Yeah, the Hungry Howie pizza. Yeah. But I used to drink pots of hot coffee at night, and it would help me go to sleep. Like coffee.
Yeah.
And that's like a natural caffeine thing.
It's caffeine. Yeah.
Yeah. And it used to help me sleep really well. And I feel like the same thing goes with eating a lot of ice cream.
Well, it's got a lot of sugar in it, but it doesn't have any caffeine in it.
But I think,
but also like milk before bed, like warm milk before bed is supposed to help you go to sleep too. You know?
Why is that? What is the thing? Because anybody tells me dairy's not good, period, ever.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it can't be true.
Yeah,
right?
I mean dairy's good for you.
Probably true though. Yeah,
dairy's good for you. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's got good stuff in it.
Where do we draw the line of good? What is good? When you say it's probably good, what does good mean to you?
I think the way you're ingesting your dairy is not.
I'm eating it. What do you mean?
I'm saying the amount that you're ingesting and the kind that you're ingesting.
Oh yeah.
You're not drinking You're not drinking like 2% milk or whatever. You're eating half of a tub of Reese's peanut butter ice cream or whatever this week's flavor is, right?
Okay, but don't be disrespectful like that.
That's a wild. It's not like you're eating. It's not like you're having the good dairy. You're having the not so good dairy in a lot of amounts at a not good time.
Okay. And I will tell you, there's a clock once you get done eating the ice cream. Yeah. Sometimes, though, if you eat it long enough, the clock is already gone. Like, you'll be in the middle of eating.
Before you get sleepy? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're, what is the tub of ice cream? What size is that? A gallon? That I have in there right now?
I think that's, I don't know. I think that's, like, probably half a gallon.
Okay, whatever it is.
Those ones?
Oh, it's not one of those. It's one of the Bluebell circles.
Oh, that might be a gallon.
I think it's a gallon.
Maybe.
I saw a G on there. It's probably a gallon.
Yeah, probably. my God.
And if you get a quarter of the way through of that, that's when the clock starts. If you're only eating a quarter of it, though, the clock starts when you put it back in the freezer, and then you're on the clock. You have about 30 minutes till, when your body starts to want to go to sleep, and it's like letting you know, and you're like, oh, it'd be good right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, how interested am I in what is going on the TV?
I don't understand why I don't let my body, like, I don't accept that.
Hey, guess what? It's coming for you.
Bro, I don't get it. Like,
no, fight it all you want now.
No, but I hate it. Why do I do that? Go to bed.
And you'll hit
piece of shit. Go to bed.
It's It's like almost similar to running. Like your first mile, you're like, I fucking hate this, and then you hit that gear where you're like breathing good, and you're like, oh, I can go another mile, or like whatever your distance that you like doing is. But you'll get through your first breath, and you're like, okay, I'm in a groove now. It wasn't that bad. It's like that when you fight sleep, the opposite. Like, you shouldn't fight it at all, and you should just go to sleep and listen to your body. Sometimes it's not opportune, though. And you're like, I have to watch this entire UFC card, or CJI, or ADCC. Yeah. Like, you're like, I have to stay up for 7 more hours.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me get through this. And once you get through that, like, level of, like, and you're, like, out of it, you're like, I'm awake for the next year.
Yeah. No, I don't get it. I don't understand.
But the crazy part is when you're a kid, like, you're like, I wonder how long you can stay awake before you die.
Yeah. I'm going for 2 days.
Yeah, you Google things. You're like, what is the world record?
Yeah.
And now as an adult, like, because you're not there yet, you're getting there. You're like a little adult. You're like a little guy. Adult-wise.
I think we need to talk about adult real quick.
All right.
Because in age, yes, you are older than I am.
Okay.
But I think everything else.
You think you're more adult?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What is adult to you? Explain it. Is it just age? Is that what you think adult is?
No. I think
because you're in a successful relationship and you make money?
On all other levels, I'm
and you
own
a house?
More adult than you are.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We'll define adult for you. Or for me. For you, though,
Yeah, I mean, that has something to do with it, All
of the
relationships, career, home.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So this is what we're doing.
I'm just no. That's not where I'm going. I'm just saying. You got me on age, for sure.
We didn't have to go there. You went there. Nobody said, hey, let's go there. You're like, hey, actually, how about we define adult?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Anyways, what was I saying about adult, though?
Falling asleep?
Yeah, as an adult, you now will find reasons like, man, I might have missed 15 minutes of sleep last night. Let me try to crack at that right now. Like, you just sit for too long and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Movies, which used to be like a center block of my life. I was like, this is a cornerstone that I am happy to be a part of my personality. Yeah. Now is like a time for my body to rest. If I'm at the movie theater and it's not a movie that I'm 100% about, like, I just went and saw 3 movies the other Sunday in a row, back to back.
Wow.
And because...
Did you pay for all 3 tickets?
They were free. Well, it's like a weird thing that AMC does. Like, if you're A-list, you pay like $20 for the entire month. You can watch 12 movies free.
Yeah.
Like, free.
Yeah.
When you could watch 2 movies that month for $25.
Yeah.
Just for the tickets. Mm-hmm. So it's like... trying to figure that out. I don't suggest doing that to anyone for the entire year because there's no way you're going to capitalize on that. You can't.
There's not enough good movies coming out.
Yeah, you pick and choose the runs of the year. Like, I'm about to turn it back off.
Yeah.
Because I just did a pretty good little run, I felt like. And I feel like towards Christmas...
Title reign was pretty good.
It's like summer.
Went 6-0.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Ish areas, and maybe sometimes during Halloween if they... hit it at the right time, like the Beetlejuice thing is coming out.
You can hit end of summer into...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a later part of the year type thing, depending on Marvel, though, because Marvel does, like, April, May releases of, like, Avengers and shit. So it's like, if you're into that, it also is difficult. I know there's a lot of it's also things right now, but it's also difficult because Peacock, Paramount, HBO, all these things are buying theater movies and releasing them like a week after they're in theaters on your own streaming service. So it's like, are you going to waste the time, quote unquote, waste, because you still get a good experience, but are you, like, if you're buying the ticket outright and not doing these like deals where you can lump them in, are you going to spend the $40 to $50 if you're going with someone?
Yeah. To go to a movie.
To be comfortable at a movie when you can watch it like, yo, how about we spend $30 on a good ass meal at home?
Yeah.
And watch it in,
in the comfort of our own bed.
It's difficult, but I will say the little stretch that I saw Deadpool, stayed awake for the entire thing because I was like, God damn, this is good.
Yeah.
We already talked about that last podcast. Mm-hmm. Saw Long Legs.
Okay, how is that?
You've not seen it? I
haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's on the list to go see, but we haven't done it yet.
I'm not a Nick Cage guy.
Yeah.
So take that with this advice. Also, let me just say, I did watch Twisters. It went Deadpool, Twisters, Long Legs, I think, in that order.
Oh, so you watched Long Legs last?
Yes. I don't think that has
something to do with it.
I don't think it has anything to do with it because, like, as its own thing, like, and I don't know if I'm going to spoil anything, but, like, very good part of his. Mm-hmm. But I felt like the movie wasn't as... I don't think, if I'm Hilton, if I'm sitting there watching the movie, I don't think this is Mandy level.
Yeah.
But people talked about this movie like it was
I know.
Omega level, like nothing's ever going to touch this horror movie. It's a good horror movie. Mm-hmm. Should have waited for Halloween era time frame because I felt like it would have added a layer to you watching it. You'd have been like, oh shit, I'm scared to go out.
Yeah.
I think it's in the upper percentile of his movies for sure. Like it's somewhere between 70 to 90.
Yeah.
Depending on how into this style of movie you are.
Yeah.
And I do like the way they did it. It did feel very much like... You saw Smile? Where it's like... Or It Follows?
No, I didn't watch that one. But you showed us... I remember us talking about it.
It's very similar feeling to that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it without giving spoilers away. It's definitely something I think you would enjoy.
I am super stoked about it, especially when that trailer came out of the I guess the main actress or whatever, when she sees him for the first time in like all his makeup and everything. Did you see the trailer?
No, I did a very good job of, I heard all these things where it'll be like an ad or whatever, and I'd zoom through it because I don't want to see anything about it beforehand because all I heard was it's the best movie this year. Like, nothing's going to touch it. Yeah. And I was like, don't want to see a trailer. And then me fantasize about the story already and go into it thinking something. I just was like, let me go into it thinking it's already one of the best movies and feel that.
See what happens, yeah.
Because that I couldn't get rid of. It was already thrown at me so hard that I couldn't avoid it.
Yeah. And that's what made you go watch it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yo, this would be dope to be one of the three. And... exact opposite of that. Like, I went in there skeptical-ish, but feeling like it'd be like one of Nick Cage's, like, my version of like what I want to see out of him. Yeah. And it was. Yeah. I am proud to say, like, I approve of that Nick Cage movie. Yeah. The other ones, like the Unbearable Weight movie, I was like, Yeah. Could have went without it. Like, I wouldn't have, knowing now what it is versus before we started it, I wouldn't have wasted one of our date nights on it, me and you. Yeah. Like, I would have wanted to do Mandy. Just because you talk so high of that. Yeah. Unbearable Weight was just funny for that meme now. Where it's like... yeah. And he's like that. But I will say on the opposite side of that, the Twisters movie, I went in knowing that I loved the movie Twister. The first one. And I was like, God damn, that's going to be hard to overcome because I love it so fucking much. Yeah. That to me is probably like my Top Gun for you. Really? But the... quote-unquote sequel, not sequel, I don't know what... It's just kind of like how they did Roadhouse, where you're like, clearly Roadhouse 1 was the best one of all time, and then the new Roadhouse is like a remake, just like Twisters is a remake of Twister. Yeah. And you're like, almost like plot for plot line, very similar, but they went with... some different... Yeah, some different things where you're like, but it's pretty much the same story. And with all the new technology and stuff, visually it's a pretty movie. Yeah. storyline, you're like, there's some holes in there.
Yeah.
It's not like the first one. There's something about the era of time when that was filmed. Like, if they tried to do a Forrest Gump now, you'd be like, but it's not Forrest Gump then.
Yeah.
It's something about the patina or the wear and tear on the movie. Like, you're seeing visually, it looks like different. You're like, I like the way that feels on me watching it. Mm-hmm. The new Twisters, you're just like, they could have just made a different Storm movie called something else.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been Tornadoes or something.
Yeah.
But they really capitalized on the name of the movie, and they're like, yo, we're going to get people. And that fucking dude with the jaw. He's from Anyone But You. He's from he was
Glenn
in...
Powell?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Top Gun.
Yeah.
Robert. Yeah.
But, brother, wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's ridiculous.
To me, I think his personality, his like character he plays in it, that is what, it's not centered around him. Which bothered me. Because I was like, you're spending all this money, and maybe the lady that the story's centered around, maybe she is a big actress. I remember seeing her in something, but I didn't like research what it was. Mm-hmm. And they have other like side characters where they're like big in something else, but I can't remember what those are. I think it's like Power. The dude, can't give that away, but that guy. Mm-hmm. Not the Glenn Powell guy, but the other guy. But I was like, the Glenn Powell guy was the fucking, like, they fumbled the love thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, kind of diluted where you're like, who is what is the story here? What is the love thing?
Yeah.
Like, you go throughout the whole movie and you're like, God, I don't want to give this up. There's a guy, all right, I'm going to give it up.
Don't give it up. I'm going to watch the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, don't give it up.
I think,
can't be doing that.
You're smart. You're an adult, you know what I'm saying? I think you're smart enough to see, like, by the end of the movie, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
With the love part of it. Yeah. But, I think you'll love
I'm going to go watch it because I've seen a bunch of scenes of him in a cowboy hat, and I just can't handle myself.
It's a fucking problem.
Yeah. He's a good-looking dude, man.
You're like, yo, Jackie, can you leave the room for a sec?
Yeah. She going to be asking me.
How about you go refill our water? You're like, babe, I just refilled the water. I'm like, maybe freshen it up. Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of that. Like, look, I'm not gay, and I get it. Probably come off gay as hell.
I mean, the shirt's fucking tight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm watching the new Love is Blind UK version.
Brother.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God. There's this dude, Freddie, and he's like this he's not a mortician, he's a funeral home director. Isn't there a different name for that, though?
I think that's it.
Okay, well, he owns the entire thing. He's not just the director, though.
Yeah.
I thought there was a name for that. Oh, well.
Funeral home owner and operator.
Owner and you got a little license for it? Probably do. I don't know.
You got to have a license to do
it. Yeah, license to kill. It was sick. But, dude, Buddy is fucking hot.
Yeah?
I'm not gay, but, like, anytime he's on the fucking screen, I'm like, hey, yo, shut the fuck up. Let's watch what he has to say.
Dude, I just got
Freddie Love is Blind UK.
I just got into Love is Blind.
That's not him.
I just got into Suits. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
But I've been seeing you guys running it in the living room.
Bro.
What the fuck?
I am so in love with that show. There's so much chaos.
That's the girl he's into. Mm-hmm. Her name's Catherine.
Yeah, I got that part.
That's Freddie. What? He looks like Tommy Fury.
He does.
Tommy. Whoa, why is this all like Cuddy? This is just like some of the cast. Like, I don't know what video this is, but I couldn't. That's not him.
Okay, he's got big ass forehead.
That dude's doofy. That's him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the fuck is this video? Please just go to this guy.
Just let it play. I'm sure I'll be able to see him. Be alright. What is happening?
I mean, this is just doing a bunch of jump. I feel like it's gonna spoil the fucking show for me. I want to go to him. I'm just gonna find like a still shot of him somewhere.
Yeah, Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie is. Okay, so this is them in the bed. This is him showing off his new house. I don't know why I'm doing a breakdown of this show.
Yeah, I know.
That's him. Yeah, and brother is a
got
dime.
Them oversized tees on.
I will say,
you know, he got a pump, dude.
Oh, dude, and let me tell you, Love is Blind. Like, you're in these pods. You know what Love is Blind is? They're in these pods, can't see each other. They talk, and they're like, yo, I'm going to fall in love with this person's voice or whatever. And That's his little brother. His little brother has Down syndrome, and he takes care of him like for life, like since he was a little kid. Like,
wow.
And he has a special bond with him.
So he's a good guy.
He is a dime piece of all dime pieces in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when the Love Is Blind part where they're in the pods or whatever, and then they're dressed real nice, right? So you don't really see any of their body. Mm-hmm. When they get to meet each other, they go, like, they leave the pod and they go on this, like, basically honeymoon because they're engaged to be married. Mm-hmm. So the next 3 days, they're like...
To be married.
They are to be married.
Yeah.
But they're in these, like, honeymoon states where they are, like, secluded for, like, maybe, like, 2 days, and then they start to meet the other couples. Mm-hmm. But they're trying to get their own chemistry. Bro, they're out in this fucking pool, and Freddie comes out, obviously no shirt on.
Yeah, ripped?
Ripped.
Yeah. No,
he makes Glenn Powell in Top Gun look like Glenn Powell was on a bender before he started the movie.
I could tell by that shirt he was wearing.
Yeah, but I couldn't because of the style of clothing he was wearing, oversized shit. But he's sitting the whole time. You don't see him really standing up.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Yeah. Good for you.
Wow, Freddie. Dude.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to know what love is. No, I want to know what he's doing. And he, look, doesn't drink, doesn't go out.
Yeah.
Loves his entire family. Like, his life is about his family.
Yeah.
He is renovating his house by himself.
Yeah.
Like, handyman of all kinds. I can't remember. He owns and operates his own funeral home.
Operates.
Dude, did you say I've heard?
Owner operator.
I thought you were like, I've heard.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a fucking problem though, and like everybody is, I don't know, get it. Look at, I'm gonna keep talking about this fucking show.
Yeah, this dude.
But yeah, if you fucking know that dude is hot.
Yeah.
And not gay, but like definitely would hang out with him and just see where it went.
Yeah, just.
Love is literally blind. Okay.
Very true, dude. You never know, man. So I saw. Did you get some? You get some work done on the back?
I did. I got the upper part of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first 3 words. 4 words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. How'd that go?
It was easy, honestly, right until the very end, and I was like, well, that shit's starting to wear off. I was like...
And you were like, how much longer?
And Johnny told me a secret, and I think he did it on the podcast, where he was like, anytime anybody asks, like, how much longer, I always say 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I know the tricks.
Yeah.
So how much longer, dude, for real? He's like, we're literally on the last letter, and we're like, I could just kind of feel he was in the top right corner, because I was like, for whatever, Jackie had to help me put that shit on, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, I had no one else, and you kind of get a relationship with someone when they're applying that stuff to be like, I need it this thickness. Mm-hmm. So they're aware, after doing it so many times, how thick to really put it on. She put it on thick on the left side, but the right side went real light, I guess. And I was like, is it thick? I'm talking to her. I'm like, because I can't really apply it.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know where we're all going on this. Because when I got there, he's like, you want to start top or bottom? I was like, well, the top feels pretty thick right now. So we're going to go there. So I'm going to have to readjust. I think maybe the middle I might be able to get by myself. I don't know. But I could tell like it was light on this side because he did like a big... He must have sweeped across my back at first. Because it hurt on this side, but it didn't hurt on this side at all. I was like, oh, fuck. Damn. But yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty nice. And then they did the fucking... I keep in my mind every time I go to say it, I think I'm saying Mystic River because that's a movie.
Yeah.
With Dennis Hoffman in it.
Mystic Rodeo.
Yeah. Dude, I saw Jason and Cherokee there and...
Oh, nice.
Cannot remember their baby's name right off. But they had the baby.
Yeah.
I know it's like a different name. But they had the baby there and they had the cutest little shirt on the baby. And it said, not my first rodeo.
That's cool.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I was like, this should be like a picture for the... If they made a documentary or something about it.
Yeah.
But it's so cute. And their baby is like the sweetest. Like didn't cry, didn't...
He always looks like such a happy.
Yeah. Dude, it's not Isaac. Because I know Kitty's baby Isaac is like Isaac Danger. is so Echo. Yeah, such a sweet baby. There's so many of our friends that have like sick babies.
Yeah.
Like how? Because you guys are hectic. I mean, Jason and Cherokee are pretty cool. Like they're not hectic energy at all. But yeah, that was quite a cool event. Went, saw my cousin and Chase and Tyler from Chase, from the podcast. Everybody knows Chase Thompson and Tyler Enfinger from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You've met Tyler?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have, yeah. But they were there, and I don't know anybody that got tattooed personally. Like, I'm sure I'm aware of them, but like I wasn't hanging out with anybody that was gonna get tattooed.
Yeah.
My cousin got tattooed, but I mean,
nice.
She's dating Johnny, so like, bit of a deal there. I was at a funeral the other day, and Holly, my cousin, her dad's there, and I'm the unmanliest of men.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's like, I had to say it that way for you to know who that was, though, yeah? I couldn't say my uncle was there, Holly's father. I guess I could have said it that way.
Yeah, my uncle was there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, anyways, her dad's there, my uncle, and they're like super manly men. Like her dad was there. My other uncle Jimmy was there. There's like three other uncles, but one they can't find, and the other two just didn't come. And they've like built things from scratch, like cars from like paper clips. They can figure it out. They race at Five Flag Speedway like their entire life. And I was like, I don't know if you guys know this, and I know y'all are manly men by looking at your hands and like the calluses and shit. And like, as you can tell, mine are. I work outside, but for whatever reason, my hands do not callus up. And I was like, I used to race. And he looked me dead in the eye and he goes, I know, I was at one of your races. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, really. I was like, that's wild. I did not know you were there. And he's like, yeah, I saw your dad out in the stands. And they were like, yo, Cody's racing tonight. And I raced a race while he was there.
Damn.
But we were talking back and forth. And I was like, I don't know if you know this, but like my tattoo artist dates Holly. And he leaned in and he goes, I think he does a little more than date her. Oh. And I was like, I'm getting out of this conversation. Dude, that's crazy. That's quite a bit of a generational gap.
Yeah.
Me and them, because they're like 60. I'm half their age, but like.
Yeah. It's a different time.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
They all barely move and they're all white, like silver-haired ass old men.
Yeah.
Dude, CJI and ADCC,
bruh.
Now it's been like a week, but it just happened when we're recording this. And what is your take on it? I don't want to say mine first, but.
I mean,
what are the highlights for you?
I watched all of CJI. I did not watch any ADCC except for the stuff that was on Instagram. That's because CJI was on YouTube and it was free to watch. And honestly, I found the brackets and everything a lot more interesting than ADCC because, I mean,
you're almost dealing with two absolutes.
Yeah. And I'm not saying the stuff at ADCC didn't interest me. I mean, we had tickets to go. I would have loved to watch it. But I'm also not going to pay for a Flow membership to watch that, for 2 days. But yeah, so I mean, I personally, like I said, I watched everything at CJI. I loved the way everything looked there.
Oh, yeah.
The stream was badass. The commentators were great. The way everything was set up was awesome. I really liked the event as a whole. And yeah, I mean, there was lots of internet bullshit, on Instagram and whatnot between Craig and Gordon. But I think all in all, I really think CJI did a lot for the jiu-jitsu community.
Yeah.
Like, I think it did. I mean, it's growing and CJI did a shit ton for it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was a huge success. And seeing, 120,000 people watching it live was pretty
I think the
badass.
peak when I looked over, like, because sometimes I'd have to be on my phone versus like the tablet or the TV because I'd have to be going somewhere or whatever. And I think the peak I saw was 148.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, that's crazy. Imagine 148,000 people on one location.
It's hard to even imagine.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking up, I went on this weird rabbit hole the other day, like the biggest concerts of all time.
Yeah.
There was this one in Brazil, I think that was 3 million people. They show a picture of it. It's the entire, like, coastline. It's a big beach thing. And I don't know if it's like multiple stages or not because the photo is so fucking far away.
Yeah.
But it's literally people and then water. You see no spots where there's no people.
Yeah.
Everybody knows like the classic DMX one at Woodstock where it's like, it looks like a sea of people. I think that's like 600,000.
Yeah.
So to think of 3 fucking million people or the Limp Bizkit at Woodstock.
It's hard to
99,
believe that like
that many people.
That many people would be in one place, but also that the earth can just hold that many people in one place. You know what I mean?
Are you me?
I'm just like 3 million people in one area. I feel like on the beach, sand would just fall out. You know what I mean?
Fall out of where?
Under people. I
don't
don't
know,
know,
it would
dude.
Sink the earth?
Yeah. I mean, not the earth, but like it would be like the earth ain't as level over there.
It ain't earthing over there?
Yeah. But then you're like, okay, they put buildings up, you know? So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. 3 million people in one place is
My
insane.
thing is, where are them cars at? How we all
Where
got
you got
here.
them cars.
Yeah, and how are we leaving? Are we letting a section of the beach go at a time? Like, yo, today?
I think you just don't leave.
I think, like, but you got to be parking miles away.
Cities away.
Yeah, because, like,
if everybody drove their own car.
Yeah.
3 million cars, dude.
In Brazil.
Yeah, dude.
What? My thought process is, what if you're like, you know, early bird gets the worm or whatever, and you get there early and park, you're never getting your car back.
Oh, yeah, and you're never getting out.
Never.
Yeah.
You now live wherever that is.
Right.
You're like, where am I going to start working? Because now I live here.
Yeah, how long do you think the traffic took to clear out of there?
Oh, dude.
5 days? 6
How long
days?
was the event? Who knows?
Yeah.
But then, like, after that, how many cars were just left abandoned? I say that because a long time ago, this was maybe...
Oh. What was your thoughts on...
Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
Long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, a friend of mine went to... what is our big thing?
Hangout.
Mm-hmm. Took a lot of mushrooms and stuff. She was with a bunch of people, but they took one of their friends' cars, so they carpooled there.
Yeah.
They got high on the mushrooms and everything. They were done with the event, couldn't find the car, and they were like, that's fine, we'll just like Uber back to the where we stayed. They went the next day trying to find the car. They literally never found the car again. They still, to this day, have no idea where that fucking car is.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. So, one, irresponsible. Like, that's crazy that you can
That's insane.
I get losing your car for, like, a couple hours being like, yo, there's crazy amount of cars out here. Who knows?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But I think where they fucked up was, like, they had pre-gamed the mushrooms a little bit. So, driving out there, they were like, it was hidden.
Yeah.
So, by the time they left their car, wherever that is, obviously it got towed.
They're already a little...
Yeah, there's no... I don't even know how you go about finding your car if they don't contact you that they've towed your car.
Yeah.
How do you? Do you know?
I mean, you call all the tow yards. Yeah.
But, like, if it's not where you normally live, you're, like, white paging this? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, you're Googling tow companies near me, and you're calling all of them.
Hey, do you have my car? What is your car?
Yeah, you give them your make and model and your license plate number.
This group... I don't think knew that much stuff.
They weren't adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the event was fucking... I will say this. I think CJI is more so for the mass.
Yeah.
It's more entertaining. It's going to get people excited about jiu-jitsu. I feel like... And I said this to you already, but I feel like ADCC is more like for the diehards. Like, you're going to... I mean... the mass aren't going to know who a lot of these people are either way.
Mm-hmm.
But the excitement and like how the matches turned out, I think the addition of it being rounds, the addition of it being over one weight class and under one weight class, so it's like a mass amount of weight variances within that. Like I know a lot of people tried to be up to the 80 kilo, but like there were some people that were a little bit below that, like more or less little guys.
Yeah.
And then the over, surprisingly, for the first round, or a majority of the first round, it was lighter guys winning every match, which I thought was not exactly how I thought it would go. Like Victor Hugo, I thought he was going to go way further.
Yeah.
And
and it was like the first 4 matches or something. Like it was like
the low guy.
Yeah.
No, it was like the first 7.
Yeah.
Because it was
the
7th or 8th match where I was like, I just had told you, I was like, yo, it's going crazy on this. Because you were like a few hours behind me on watching it. But yeah, I was like, this is going wild. But also, weird little thing, I hadn't said this to anybody yet, but I noticed it. Nicky Rod first day was all red. Mm-hmm. The second day was all yellow. A little bit of Deadpool Wolverine action going on there. It kind of felt like.
I think it was yellow the first day and red the second day. But yeah.
Or no, it was red the first day. It doesn't matter. If you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Either way. But, like, I remember the final match he was wearing red. But the first match of the second day, he was wearing yellow. And I was like, is he, like, shouting out?
Yeah.
Like, is he a big Marvel guy? I don't know.
Maybe.
Wild, though. Like, I think, in my mind, the most successful brothers of the weekend is not the Rutolos. It's the Rodriguezes.
Yes.
And I would say Tackett's were really good, too. But, like, William got out in the first round. Unfortunately, I hated the way that ended.
Yeah.
Andrew, most exciting match. Andrew versus Cade. Insane. And I know we're always so quick to, like, in UFC, jump to, like, that was the greatest fight we've ever seen. In Jiu-Jitsu, there's not a lot of greatest fights of all time when you're watching it. That might be, at least in our era.
Yeah.
Like, I think you look back and you're like, Eddie versus Hoyler Gracie, because that's, like, such a cornerstone of all things.
Yeah.
Or like Gordon versus Andre because of what it meant.
Right.
Even though it wasn't that exciting. It was just like the build up to it was like he slapped him and like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. That was more of a storyline and why that made so much sense. That was the
perfect way to say that.
That was the most entertaining in
it was a soap opera.
It was the Yeah,
it was like what is going on this week?
But the Tackett Rutola match was just, I mean, it was a barn burner.
You could literally do a whole podcast on just how that fight alone was like. I think that fight was like the Forrest Griffin versus Stephan Bonner of the UFC. Like how people were tuning in to see that. Mm-hmm. People in Jiu-Jitsu, I bet, were like tuning in, like telling people, holy shit, this match is crazy. Yeah. And to know that we had multiple rounds of it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Well.
But like the Rodriguez. J-Rod gets second in his
second time competing.
Yeah, his second time competing. First time lost first round against Pedro.
Mm-hmm. That was the time we sponsored him.
We sponsored him.
Yeah.
Just saying
record this year.
Yeah, no shit. But that was crazy. I really, really anticipated him winning it going into it because I was like, the pressure he was putting on Bodoni, I was like, man, he got this. This is going to be crazy. Rodriguez brothers win both events. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. But Nicky Rod won the $1 million. Crazy.
Yeah.
It would be sick as fuck to see Cade versus Nicky Rod.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, and Nicky put up $1 million bet magic, and Gordon didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing.
Oh, I know.
Crickets.
Well, you know what? I think the reason why is because
he doesn't want to give shine to Craig.
Well, he made in the ring or in the alley, they call it. He was like, "I'll put my $1 million up, you put your $1 million up, and we do it on the B Team YouTube page."
Yeah, that's going to be
what it was.
It's going to have to be negotiated.
He's not going to do that on their YouTube. He's going to want a pay-per-view payout or, something.
Some sort of guaranteed money. Probably.
From somewhere.
My thing is, like, what would be the compromise to the streaming service? Because it can't be Flow, because that's anti-B Team, too.
Right.
So just like B Team can't be because that's anti-Gordon. So like, what would be the compromise? I mean, if YouTube running it, like just YouTube,
them,
the YouTube.
I don't know. What about UFC doing it?
Like an invitational.
Yeah,
That'd be
UFC
sick.
I.
Yeah. Yeah, because that would be a rematch of the last time Nicky broke his foot.
Mm-hmm.
But technically Gordon won.
Right. Big idea, guys.
But I'm thinking, like, you got to do it on a big event, so it can't be like... Yes, that can be like the reigning fight, like that be the number one fight. Obviously, it's a headliner.
Make it the breakout of UFC putting Jiu-Jitsu on the actual card. On the main card of a 305 or something.
That'd be sick as
Do it at the Sphere.
I was just about to say that shit.
Do it at the Sphere.
It's too soon for him, though, I think.
Yeah.
Because Gordon would want, like, big, like, run-up to it or whatever, but...
And he'd make Nicky Rod get a bunch of tests and all kinds of shit.
God damn, that would be sick as fuck,
Could you imagine?
Because I think we've been kind of low-key talking about for a while, like, one does that. It'd be really sick if UFC did that for, like... I'm not saying you got to be, like, littered with with jiu-jitsu. No. But to have, like...
Throw one on the prelim.
Yeah.
And one on the main, if it's big enough.
Or even doing one per thing, so it's, like, one early prelim. Yeah. One prelim.
Right.
One main.
Yeah. But, like, for a main, it's got to be, like, it's got to be a big match, obviously.
Yeah.
But something like that, bro, could you imagine? Imagine?
That's
yeah,
cool.
that call out was tight.
And the way he did it.
What did you think of? Yeah, what did you think of the
nuts on that guy,
brother? What did you think of the Cade,
talking shit
Levi
about
fight, the final?
Yeah, so I was driving home watching that one, and I did not love that Cade was. It's like, yes, I understand what you're saying about the butt scooting thing. I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, that is this event. The way this event is structured, that... I was talking to Yelvo about this because I was over at Dylan's house. Mm-hmm. He's got a mini mansion now. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
I went in person and saw it. Holy shit.
Oh, that's where you went to watch him?
Yeah. It's like
nice.
a fucking mini Playboy mansion.
Nice.
Like, it feels like of the time, too.
Yeah.
Like the era, and it felt like it had like a grotto in the back kind of thing.
Tight.
But I was over there and I was like, he did the little thing about like, yo, this was before, because he was talking shit beforehand. His interview, he won the fight before the Levi fight, and he was like, I'm just gonna say this, all these butt scooters out here,
yeah,
like, yo, let's get to action or whatever. And like, I don't understand why he's bitching, because he's so good everywhere. Who gives a fuck if somebody's butt scooting on you? You play good passing. Pass it.
Well,
I know Levi had the best guard of
all the time.
Yeah, I get it, but you're also, I mean, you won the thing. You are the best.
But here's the thing, dude, is like, he didn't have an answer for it.
He didn't, but eventually he did. You know, like he wore Levi down.
I mean, he wore him down, but...
That's the answer.
Did he ever pass?
I think there was a time where he passed the side control. I'd have to rewatch it. Again, I was driving.
Yeah.
So it was, like, tough to get the...
If he passed for half a second and didn't really establish half, and then...
He gets them gym points, because, like, in the gym, you're like, hey, I took you down.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
like... But he didn't really... I mean...
Yeah.
He had... Obviously, he was initiating... And he made some really good attempts out of the initiation whenever Levi kind of went offensive when, Cade gave him something or kind of gave something up. Yeah. And then he flipped it back on him. So, like, I think the exchanges definitely went in Cade's favor. Yes. But during that match, the only thing he did was forward press. And, I mean, it was the same 4 or 5 passes he was attempting the whole time. Yeah. And none of them were working. Well, so it just does. I mean, it's like
I want to also say this. Like I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I did notice, and I am noticing this, and I'm sure other people are picking up on it. Cade and Ty are kind of getting into their like aggressive era.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're starting to be more vocal and like more physically like they're literally growing up into their bodies, and I think they're getting a little
big for their britches.
No, because they can back up everything they say, but they're like starting to find that dog in them.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't ever have it, but they're starting to be like. Cade is literally starting MMA. Already had his first fight and dominated the dude. Ty is talking mad shit to Gordon, and he's like, "I'm here to be the best." But they're like, Cade threw hands at Mateus.
Yeah.
Threw hands like three, like a combo, right back to back. Like Mateus hard collar tie. Yeah, I get it. But like Cade threw a 3-piece combo and was like, bet up, what's up? Mateus was like, dude, what the fuck? You can't swing on me like that.
Yeah.
But
I thought he foot sweeped him.
Who foot sweeped who?
He foot sweeped Cade. Or tried to.
Yeah, I think he was collar tying to like pull him offline.
Oh. I got
and
you.
missed and maybe kicked his shin or whatever, but then Cade came hammering back. A cool match, and I really feel like we already know who'd win. Like, but one of the Rutolos versus Wagner. Again, like it would just be fun to watch that now because like they're both very physically aggressive. Yeah. Like that in an MMA fight would be cool. But I obviously feel like Rutolos would win.
Yeah. Wagner does carry that like dog, very physical, aggressive. He's carried that for fucking ever.
Yeah, and he even when he is aggressive like that, he's never like mean truly.
Yeah.
He's doing it with a smile on his face like, let's do this. Yeah. Like, we've made a gentleman's agreement. Let's beat the fucking piss out of each other. Yeah. And he's like, even if you don't agree, hey, we're doing this, okay?
Yeah. He's very gentleman about beating your ass.
But I do feel like the Rutolos are getting more into that, like, we'll, on the drop of a fucking hat, get in a street fight if you want to right now. Yeah. They're getting Diaz flavoring.
That's very true.
It's weird, but it's because we know them as sweet kids. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to see them become adults and be like, oh, they can be upset.
Yeah. There's something in the water. I don't know exactly what, and I don't really know how I feel about it yet because like I like it for that. Like that's cool. Yeah. I'm glad you're the shit, but it's also like I think everybody fell in love with you because you were these humble kids.
And it's a fine line because guess what? Mikey is humble. Right. Until he gets upset and then he whines and now people don't like him for it. Right. A lot of people we know hate that motherfucker. Yeah. And then there's people where it's like you're too fucking mean or you're too heelish. Meregali. Oh. You're too heelish.
We went two different ways.
What'd you say?
I said Andy Varela.
Yeah. But
he's just heel. But he's not, I'm not saying he's like a whiner complainer.
Oh, for sure not.
He's just very heel. Like, he's kind of villain-esque,
Or Elijah. Elijah can rub you the wrong way if you don't understand that mental, like, fucking...
mental.
I was going to say mentality.
No, I know.
But, like, I think he's like The Rock. Like, early The Rock. Yeah. Like, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. Mr. The Rock. But Elijah, to me, is all of the best ways of being a heel. I just wish that when he did... like implement his game, it was more than just what he has right now. I know he has more than that. Yeah. But I wish you would see him wrestling and shit like that because his personality is so fucking electric. Yeah. It's like you want to see that dude do things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's like I don't want him to be a one trick pony to the casuals. They'll be like, yo, he only ever does this. Yeah. It's like he has a lot of game and I wish he would just like switch it up sometimes. Yeah. Because I love it.
That fucking...
Also, shout out Ryan for fucking running it through Pedro.
That shit was fucking wild.
That was... And you could tell he was so stoked for that, too.
Bro.
He lit up like... After I won my first match, I was like, I can see it on him right now. Yeah. But imagine doing that, finishing...
Biggest upset.
I mean... what the dude... Pedro was number 2 seed in that bracket, to win the whole thing. People had thought he was going to do that. Yeah. And then Ryan... arguably an unknown to some people at ADCC, went in there and tapped him, I think, within 30 seconds or something like that. Wow. Like that is the equivalent to me as last year when Hassam Rita tapped Cyborg. He did that arm bar, and
in
we were
like
there, and
17
we're like,
seconds.
holy! It lit up the whole place.
Yeah.
Ryan had that moment this year, and that's crazy.
Yeah. No, that shit was badass. Shout out Ryan Aiken, dude.
Ryan,
Absolute
I mean,
killer.
that entire team. Ryan Aiken, Elijah got fucking paid to go to CJI to sit as an alternate.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm not gonna say how much he got paid, but hey, bro, that's sick.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
that's
he got
cool.
flown
the
out.
The whole fucking team. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, that shit was awesome.
Fucking, did you see Kevin Beering? I say courtside. He's sitting Matt's side at the fucking Isaac Michelle match.
No,
Ryan was there.
That. No.
Eddie Braj, he's getting up and he's like, "Yo," I mean, Kevin's sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And Eddie's like getting up to move, and he's like, "You want me to see?" And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Hell yeah.
So
That's
sick.
awesome.
Like to see like a prodigy seeing what can be done in his own gym. Like somebody can sprout out of there. Obviously, we know Kevin's gonna go big and do big things, but like to see Ryan do it in front of him, it's kind of like Master Splinter doing something and the turtle sitting back and being like, "Oh, I'm going to do that one day."
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a fucking sick
that
story,
fucking Nicolas Michael Pixley ordeal. That was fucking
dude,
awesome.
And the amount of Craig Jones trolling that's come out after that is so good. Like Craig laughing right at the camera, like that. And then there was a one where somebody drew something, and it's Meregali and his little thing. It's his backstage interview where he's like, "I didn't lose, I got injured."
Yeah, with the sling on.
Yeah, but it's a drawing literally of that, and the quote is like coming from his girlfriend, and it says, "Hey babe, at least now we're both juniors." Because she's kind of underage a little bit, but not really now.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, she was 18 when you started dating her. You're 30 something, dude. That's weird.
Yeah. And then like the what was it? He posted like before he was like, nobody's even close. Nobody's in the same thing as me.
Dude.
Blah 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 blah. And then there's a picture above it of Michael just throwing the absolute piss out of him.
Dude, the initial contact where he threw him the first time.
Michael Pixley Airlines, dude.
The way you said it. I never heard that one yet.
Michael Pixley Airlines.
Dude, he literally launched his ass like he was like I dare you to fucking touch me, dude.
I believe I can fly. Yeah, dude, that shit.
It's like when Dakota threw that guy in Atlanta, and he went 6 to 12. And then to think that he grabbed him again and did it. Yeah. Like, you would think, hey, maybe not commit fully.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, don't fucking touch me, man.
Yeah. I also thought it was funny. Well, I guess not funny, but the Gordon Felipe match, how it was just like a points match at the end of the day.
It was weird because he also should have had 3 more points.
Who, Gordon?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I can't remember if he had mounted him or he passed him, but he did whatever it was for 5 seconds and he didn't get the points for it. Doesn't matter, he won.
Yeah.
But still, it was weird that didn't happen. And then he absolutely dog-walked Yuri.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I kind of had a feeling that was...
Me too. Yeah. I did think the Felipe was going to be the harder match.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a bunch of, like, weird
things.
Big Dan just fucking bodied... the dude that just fought Gordon at who's number 1? Josh Sanders. Another big guy. Yeah. The dude is bigger than Gordon. And then Big Dan just went out there and heel hooked him in like fucking 40 seconds.
Fucking the PJ Barch match. Did you see that?
I didn't.
He had mount for like 3 seconds or something.
Who was that?
Yelva posted it.
Yeah, but who was he against? Mika, right?
I think it was Mika, yeah. Yeah, it was Mika.
Yeah. So he did that for 3 full seconds.
Yeah.
And then Mika had him in it wasn't mount, was it? It was back control for like 1 second. And they gave the match to Mika.
Yeah.
Again, Mika had it in overtime. So it had to go to overtime because they didn't give PJ the initial points. Crazy.
Right. Yeah.
But then even if you want to weigh the two things, I don't know. It's all hearsay. It's what ifs. We're living in like an alternate universe. But like, shout out, PJ fucking worked his ass off. For sure, put on for the team. Went the furthest of all of the people in the team.
Yeah.
But the entire team had a great showing.
Yeah.
Elijah, arguably, pound for pound, got the best of the weekend.
For sure.
Didn't do anything. Went to the cooler event.
I think Sean got the best of the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing that he posted where he put the things on the bed? The 2 coaching lanyards?
Yeah. Both of them.
Your coach at...
Fucking tight.
Not a lot of people can say that.
No.
Danaher, maybe. Sean.
Danaher?
I mean, he had people at both events. Oh, no, there was no New Wave.
There was no New Wave.
Yeah, so not Danaher. So, Andre is who I'm thinking about. Andre and Sean. I don't know who else was doing both events. Yeah. Also sucks for there's so many people. Joseph Chen.
Yeah.
Lucas Barbosa got him in that fucking bear trap thing.
Shit was gnarly.
Crazy.
I honestly was really surprised that there was anybody that tapped. Like, in all honesty.
I really thought there was being crazier injuries.
I thought so, too. Like, I really thought... Like, even in the last round, Nikki versus Pat Downey?
Yeah.
Is that who it was? Like, did not... I was like, oh, this is going... Like,
Nikki versus Pat Downey.
Wasn't that the final?
No, the final was Nicky Rod versus Felipe Andrew.
Oh.
Pat Downey versus Luke Rockhold. He bodied him. He just was throwing him around.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
And then Pat Downey, his second round was...
I'm thinking of somebody else.
Fuck.
But like, the final, Nikki and whoever the fuck the other guy was.
Felipe,
yeah. I was like, there's no way this is going to tap with $1 million on the line.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way, right?
And I was talking to Yelvo about this, too. I was like, nobody had... or has had life-altering injuries at this event.
I mean, Ty fucked his knee up or whatever in the first round. But, like,
he did that at the last ADCC, though.
Yeah.
The last ADCC, he lost... He beat Felipe Pena, and then he lost to Meregali, but he had injured his knee in the Felipe match.
Right. Yeah.
The same knee, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe he might be prone to that.
Yeah. Well, once you injure it, it's like it's kind of open for.
But arguably, like, that's the most severe injury of CJI.
Yeah.
Other than maybe egos.
Yeah, I don't think anybody hurt anything.
Yeah, and then hey, and guess what? The worst injury of the entire weekend, I think, is probably Meregali, unless maybe somebody's heel hook really caused damage. We don't know, but Meregali, we don't know if that's like torn or something. I don't know that anything's even wrong.
I don't think it is. I think it just popped out.
Yeah, even if it popped in out, is Pixley a purple belt or is he still blue? Because did a blue belt purple. Just toss your ass out? Literally toss your ass out of ADCC?
I think
Get the
purple.
fuck out of here, dude.
I think he's purple, but
for this story, he's blue. He's a very dark blue belt.
Yeah.
Crazy. Also, shout out BMAC for being the fucking voice, basically, of CJI. Like, what a crazy event. We literally had our team just coming all over the entire event. Both events. They just had their mark all over.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
It was badass, dude.
Shout out to the whole fucking event. CJI, ADCC, UFC 304.
Also, next year, Craig, we're gonna be at CJI. So what's up, dude? We know that BMAC, tried to hook us up this year, and you kind of shrugged us off. But
you're gonna know our name, bro.
You're gonna know. We'll be there. So what's up?
Maybe we can do a podcast with you while we're there.
Craig?
Yeah,
dude. I don't know, man. After all that shit he talked, I don't know if I want him on the podcast.
Yeah. Don't know if we need you.
Don't think we need you, boys.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Craig. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. Really, it was. This weekend was badass. Getting to see, everybody competing.
My thing is, how do you one up the first CJI? Also, don't change the name. I know they're talking about that. Like,
no,
CJI, it works.
Yeah.
Just like the EBI, it works.
The theatrics of everything, too. Yeah. Like, I know we kind of talked about the Gabby match, like, a little bit.
He should have never put shorts on. Should have left those little hot shorts. I had a feeling he was going to rip those off, and I was like, please.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if he would have left him on, Gabby for sure pants him. Come on.
Yeah.
Take him
I was like,
off.
Dick's definitely coming out.
Yeah.
If he leaves those on.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah.
And then almost the first tie up, he like doing the head movement.
Yeah. Well, and then he's like taking shots right before he gets into the alley too.
Dude, he was drinking a mixed drink.
Yeah.
Potentially tequila, something clear. Who knows what that was? And then he handled a fucking bottle.
Like Jim Beam or something.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool.
But we can get out of here.
Yeah, we need to scoot. For show.
Excited about the rest of the year. It's kind of like a lull after the whole jiu-jitsu summer.
Yeah.
Taking a bit of like a little... That's always the hard part about like being so stoked for an event. Because you look for 2 years for something to happen, not even knowing that CGI is going to happen. Then you have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months of build up for that. And then you're like, literally the Friday I'm driving home from work and I'm like, it's already here and I'm already feeling blue about it being over already. Yeah. And it's not even started, but I know like in just a quick 36 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to have all of these matches, the crazy possibilities of everything and how it's going to unfold and whatnot. Yeah. And it's going to be over.
Yeah.
And we have nothing directly after to look forward to. I know there's like who's number one, but it's like, fuck.
Well, the thing about CJI too is that they're making it a yearly thing instead of every 2 years like ADCC. Yeah. So we'll have something to look forward to.
It'd be cool if they did like CJI Opens.
I mean, I'm sure they'll get to that.
They should do it. There should be some form of like PGF World 7.
Yeah.
That's happening in October. Mm-hmm. So, or November? I don't know. It's about to happen though. So like, and Elijah, I think it's 205 and Elijah's going up in weight. Mm-hmm. Brother. Brother. It's going to be crazy.
And Ryan, I think, is trying to get on that too, isn't he?
I just don't want to see them fight each other, dude.
I know. Dude.
I want all our boys to win, brother. Yeah, dude. Crazy. A bunch of like smaller events. I say smaller, just smaller than this. It's still huge in the jiu-jitsu world, but like Kevin just announced for a event. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's like a 16-man, like $5,000 tournament. And Densu, another Atlanta guy, is in it, that's a weight difference, brother. Mm-hmm. It's an absolute 6-man.
We met him in Biloxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of comes off like Rosenstreak. Yeah. However you say his name. He kind of looks similar and like demeanor's real quiet.
Yeah. Carries himself kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Before we do, we were just talking about it. Johnny Mumbles. I saw him at Mystic Rodeo, and they were banging out like solid ass pieces. I mean, all of them were looking crispy. Mm-hmm. They posted a few of them, but if you want to get like a CJI or like a fuck Gordon Ryan tattoo or something, that's gonna be your guy, dude. Crispy lines, amazing pieces. Y'all definitely missed out on going to the Mystic Rodeo because you could have skipped waiting forever to get a piece by him like the day of. Like I think each one of them did like somewhere between like 7 and 10 tattoos in like a 6-hour period. Mm-hmm. Just solid pieces. But if you want to hit up Johnny Mumbles at Sacred Grounds Tattoo on Instagram or at Johnny Mumbles on Instagram, he's going to get you right as rain. Shit is going to look awesome forever. Like, going to outlive your body.
Call him now. Call him now because he stays busy.
Call now.
Yeah. Call him now.
Flashing number at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. But, and tell him Some People Suck sent you.
Yeah.
But, well, hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. We love doing little solos, especially after big ass stuff like this. It's always fun to catch up. So,
and talking about maybe doing another like fight companion for UFC Noche. That'd be sick.
Yeah, we should.
For the Sphere.
We need to do something.
It's so
that.
One-off. Like,
we haven't
why
done.
Not? We should do at least one a year.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a long time. So we need to get somebody in here, and we'll figure. We also should figure out the live stream stuff so we can do it actually live.
I think we'll be able to do both of it at the same time. Yeah. Like do a recorded episode while we're doing it live. Yeah. I think we can figure that out for sure.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that if you're listening. But all right, well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee.